So I'm just at the spot now where I did a bit of a rock climb on stock tyres when I just got the Ranger. So I've got obviously the big 33s on now, the Mickey Thompsons. So already just the track up here, it's so much smoother. I've got a lot more confidence as well, knowing that I've got that extra sidewall protection. So we'll see how it goes, but you know, I think it'll be chalk and cheese. So that was quite easy. That was actually in 4 high. I didn't have the rear diff lock on or anything, so just throttled nice and gently as I went up. Probably could have gone 4 low just to really get that crawl effect, but no problems there. And now Brett's going to give it a go. Nice and easy, mate. A bit more style points than me.
I'll just take the hardest possible one.
That was good fun. Okay, there's a bit of a hill climb coming up to now.
Mark's made me run up this hill, and I just realised how unfit I am.
I'm the smallest motorbike in the world.
There you go, forward power.
Yeah, it started like, he just decided to just drop down a gear.
Oh, that's the top.
You probably noticed it just like sinking in. I'm like,
No, they're both...
let's see if that guy on the tiny motorbike can make it up.
Nah, no chance.
Yeah.
No chance. Oh, he's going again. How you finding there with tyres? Plenty of traction?
Yeah, but no issues at all. You haven't?
No, I wouldn't say it's... I mean, I'm running them reasonably low, but I wouldn't say I've noticed any different from the Falcons before. the beach. We're losing a bit of traction there. You might just get out and have a bit of a look. It's been a fun drive down to the beach, and yeah, now to get to take in the sights, the ocean. It's always nice driving along the beach. Both cars are handling it very well.
And like we could cruise down the beach because there's another some more dunes we could play around on. Should be right on my tyre pressure. I'll see how I go.
Yeah, sorry, there's some weird noises coming out of my steering wheel. I don't know if it's like the traction control doing stuff. Weird.
Yeah, okay. What do you mean? What sort of noises?
Like clicking noises when I'm like reverse steering, you know what I mean? Because it's obviously pulling your car one way. And it's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, okay. Keep an eye on it like this.
All right, I'm back with Brett. It's been a little while since we've been off-road together. So
Feels like a while.
I know, get the Everest beast back on the dunes.
Yeah, it's been good to get out again. It's been a while since I've had her off-road, so yeah.
Definitely.
Handling it pretty well.
Oh, effortless, as expected. You know, those of you that follow the channel know we've had the Everest on quite a few trips, and yeah, obviously Holland Track's probably the biggest one, but plenty of beach trips, and always performs well. I don't think I've seen it bogged, to be honest. I think the Holland Track's the only time I've seen it bogged.
That was just a height issue.
Height issue, yeah.
I don't have a lift on it, so
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so there are a few differences between, obviously mine's a V6 and his is the i5 engine, but I've got 33-inch, Brett's got 32s. You're running the Falcon Wild Peaks, I'm running the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss. So there are a few differences there, but to be honest, they're both just cruising up on the dunes, aren't they?
No worries. It was only that we did that hill climb and the car decided to like go into a higher gear and then it started to bog down, but I think it's actually easier to use like manually choose the gears, because it's got like sand mode, which is supposed to hold the gears, but I find it will still just drop the gear and you start to lose all your power, so it's not great. I got a bit the sand mode. I think they could have done better with that, but anyway, you just do it manually, and so we just went. There's a lot of it's like so busy today. It's like ideal weather. Yeah, so there's a lot 1,000 four-wheel drives down here.
But I was just saying, I was cruising along the beach and I was sort of feeling like almost the power was being sucked and a bit of feedback through the steering wheel, which is quite off-putting. And I had actually turned the traction control off, or I'd pressed the button. But I was saying, Brett, is this normal? And he's like, have you actually turned it off? I said, well, I don't know, I have pressed the button.
I think that's off.
Yeah, but you got to do a long hold. So you press it and press it again, and it turns the ESC off. So that was that was the feedback I could feel through the steering wheel.
Yeah, it's actually like applies the brakes and sucks all your power, so it's a common thing people make. You don't realise.
So I actually had that on when I was going up that big hill before. So
still made it.
Still was fine. But yeah, obviously it would have been a bit easier if I turned it off. So down here, you have to turn off the traction control. So press it and hold it down. So I'm holding it there. Okay, now I've got ESC off as well. So that was what was catching me out before. Just learning, I guess, all the different drive modes. There's 4 that come with the XLT. You get a few more on the Wild Track, and there's a few people out there that are actually unlocking them so you can have all the drive modes, because it's obviously the same engine, the same transmission and technology. They just manufacture.
Can you hack it, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, cool.
So there's a few people going around that have been able to unlock those extra driving modes on their Rangers, which is cool. Yeah, look, it's fun.
We're getting like eaten by
We're getting eaten alive, so look, start of summer, right? What do you expect?
It's a good day for it. The wind, there's no wind, which is very surprising. Wilbinga is usually just like a sandstorm of wind, so it's actually nice. There's a lot of people enjoying the weather on the beach.
Yeah, and if you're new to four-wheel driving, this is a good place to come with a mate, because you're not far from Perth if something does go wrong, and you've got a mix of trails, dunes, and obviously beach driving as well. So, but it can get soft, so please drop your tyre pressures before you come down. What were you down at today?
I'm only running 19, which is actually quite high, but I haven't had any problems. I usually go about 15, but I found had no dramas, so it just depends on your car maybe. But there's also a lot of because there's so many other people here. If you do get stuck, like someone will give you a pull out.
That's a good point. Yeah, I was running my Mickey Thompsons at 16 psi, so I had to swap my Storm was set at, so pretty low to start with, but it saves me having to drop it when we get to the beach, which is good. So yeah, that's a bit of fun today in the dunes at Wilbinga. So yeah, a few more mods coming, maybe. We'll see.
Of course
to the Ranger. Yeah, it's like an ongoing thing. But yeah, stock suspension, 33s, beautiful. Oh, that's great. And driver change. Brett having a go in the Ranger. So we've just wrapped up for the day. Bit of fun in the dunes and cruising around. So we actually did a car swap towards the end of that as well. So I got to experience the Everest and Brett in the Ranger. But I was impressed with the Everest, to be honest. It was actually
surprising you say that,
yeah.
because it's like night and day difference. It's like,
yeah, well, it was capable.
Yeah. The Everest goes alright, but the you can really notice the differences going to the new Ranger is it's like night and day really. Yeah, jumping 10 years ahead in technology pretty much. So
yeah, it's a platform that's been around for a while, but obviously I've never owned a Ranger or an Everest before, so this is the first for me, and been really impressed.
So one thing I noticed was I usually run sand mode, which is like high range, and I was doing some donuts. So we've been working the car quite hard, and I noticed, I was like, oh, it feels like it's losing power. The engine was still normal temperature, but it was just, I was putting my foot down, nothing was really happening. So I was like, oh shit. So what we worked out is probably go to low range if you're doing donuts or just doing lots of hill climbs and stuff, because I think you're just putting too much pressure on the transmission. I switched to low range and it was no worries. Then I flipped back to high now and it's fine, cooled down. But that was our theory anyway. There was no error codes thrown up or anything like that, but I think we just pushed the the transmission a little bit too hard.
And that's a good point. I probably could have used low range, but it did it fine in high. But yeah, there's some good hill climbs around here, and obviously, as you've seen, some bush driving. If you're slow and careful, you'll get away without too many pinstripes, which is good. But it is renowned for a few pinstripes. So stay to the tracks that you can see lots of tyre tracks on, and they're well travelled, and you'll be okay. But yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah, great day.
Cool.
Ready for a beer.
Okay. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.